It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Cue the snow.
Everywhere.
That's all we can do for copyright, but it's November 1st and we can finally start playing Christmas tunes in the office.
Yes!
We are so excited. Welcome to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through all the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. We're talking golden visas will be granted to UAE frontline workers.
And we'll also be talking about a Dubai customer service agent admits what it's like to work on the other side of calls.
UAE kids between 5 and 11 years old can now get vaccinated with Pfizer-BioNTech.
And a man and his dog surfed the waves.
And the video is going viral. And also stay tuned for later in the show. We're joined by Melanie Sullivan. She's one of the founders of the Hira app, an app created for mums by mums, particularly here in the UAE, and so much more.
But before we begin, the sponsor of today's show is the Hira app, and to go application for all the pregnancy information you would need, from blogs, tips, tricks to postpartum workout routines, and connecting you to a wider community of people going through the same thing. And although Hira app is the sponsor of today's show, the thoughts and opinions are made here at Lovin Dubai.
Thoughts and opinions on playing Christmas tunes on November 1st?
Woo! Okay, when you think Christmas, what's the first song you think of?
That one. No, my favorite one growing up was Driving Home for Christmas.
Sing it.
It's quite instrumental. We're driving home for Christmas. Yeah. Can't wait to see those faces. I don't even know it. It was Under the Pressure. That was my favorite. What about you?
I don't have one.
Oh.
Just because you might have asked me to sing it, so I'm just gonna slide out of that.
Yeah, we should stop doing that. But I love. Is it too early? November 1st.
Talk about Christmas. But let's talk about Halloween before we get into Christmas.
True. We're still getting over Halloween. We're still getting over all of the incredible costumes that we saw over the weekend here in the UAE and wider abroad. Best favorite?
My favorite. I mean, I am so biased towards them. So it has to be Kim. And like...
What did Kim do?
She went as, I think, Legally Blonde.
Oh.
I don't know, it was cute. I think so. I'm pretty sure she went as Legally Blonde. And Kendall and Kylie dressed up as their like old picture of when they were kids and they went Halloween. Like they dressed up as kids. No, they're wearing, okay, so they had these cute outfits as kids and they dressed up as the same throwback picture for Halloween this year. I found it cute.
Oh, I only saw Kendall, who dressed as, I think that was a different year. Kendall did Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks.
Well, maybe they did too, because of course they would do too. So yeah, Kendall went way back, and she did the old school movie that we all grew up with. It was like the first time we knew that aliens were a thing that they could invade.
E.T. No,
Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks. Oh,
I was saying the name wrong, I think. But anyway, that's what I think Kendall did. So I'm not sure about Kim going as Eva. I feel like she was dressed in pink for Balenciaga in the last few days, but I don't know if it's the same thing. But did you see Hailey Bieber?
Hailey Bieber? No, what did she go as?
She was the ultimate Britney Spears.
Oh.
Like literally, legit looked like Britney. In fact, like Britney was 16 when she did Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Yeah.
In that schoolgirl outfit.
Oh, I'm gonna see that. But you know what? I feel like the celebrity that was most our vibe or matched our vibe the most was definitely Katy Perry. She went as a giant Cheeto.
Ah!
And then Taylor Swift went as a squirrel. You know, like those chill, laid back Halloween costumes.
I like the ones where you just feel like you can go and, dress, be comfortable.
Yeah.
Dress however you want to dress. Did you dress up?
Yesterday? Did you not? Did we both not?
Oh, yeah. I meant like outside, like trick-or-treating.
I was in my cow costume all day long, so.
You were in your cow costume all day long?
That's cute.
Did anyone say hi to you?
No.
Tell us about being in your cow costume all day long.
Oh, I was in the metro. I did use it once. Move.
Did you? think I would accept that. I think that's okay.
But it's Halloween, right? You get the free pass, and my friend was just like, he walked away, like he took 10 steps and just walked on the other side. He's like, nope, cannot be seen with this one.
Was there anyone else dressed up in Halloween costumes on the metro?
You know, I really thought I would see someone, but I didn't happen to see anyone. I'm sure there were, but maybe they all took cabs.
The old caps. Let's jump into our top stories. This is fantastic news that broke yesterday. The Golden Visa will now be granted to UAE frontline workers as well as their families. So this is amazing news to start the show with. Announced by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, he has instructed the issue of golden visas to frontline workers as well as their families. So these are, of course, the frontline workers who helped in protecting our nation and its people throughout the pandemic.
WAM reported those eligible include families of fallen frontline heroes and distinguished individuals whose extraordinary efforts helped protect the nation and its people throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. Such a brilliant gesture shown by the UAE and the leadership. It's always just, I mean, it's so thoughtful, really.
It's one of many initiatives that we're seeing for frontline workers, and it's like small gestures that go such a long way. You know, we've also seen throughout the pandemic at different times, medical staff and other essential personnel, they received help with their schooling costs for their kids, which would be such a massive weight off your back in a difficult time. And also free flights to visit their families back home. That was another initiative throughout the pandemic. And also we know already that 500 doctors in Abu Dhabi, they got the golden visa. So this is another one now. So they did say, like I said, those eligible include families of fallen frontline workers in particular, and also those who distinguish themselves with extraordinary efforts. So I don't think it's like a blanket rule yet, but it's another just kind of a incredible gesture to the people that made such a massive effort for us throughout the pandemic, made by His Highness Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi. You know,
like these kind of gestures and incentives really make people want to, I mean, like it just drives people to do so much good and gives them that push, like go, you know, like you might get rewarded, you will get seen, because in other countries like the population is so much, you can live your whole life doing so much good, but sometimes you don't get noticed. But in this country, what we're seeing is that a good deed here never goes unnoticed. Like for example, the cat video that came out,
that spawned many other cat saving videos.
Well, but yeah, that came out a few months ago, and they rewarded them with 500,000, I think, 50,000 dirhams. Like it's incredible. Like these, I mean, our leadership, they take notice. They you know, like they're so aware of what's happening in the public with the people, and people do get rewarded. So it's just, it's really nice to be living in a country like this. I
100% agree, and I don't think it's a population number thing. I think it's just the leadership making a very clear and obvious effort to, you know, handpick people in society who are doing amazing things and lifting them up. And actually someone was kind of just reiterating exactly what you said on the Facebook comments. They were like, this is one reason why UAE is undoubtedly the best country to live in, top notch when it comes to taking care of its people. Snaps.
Amazing. But we'll move on to our next story. A Dubai customer service.
I wanted to know what segue you're going to do there to get to this next story.
Yeah, I thought I shouldn't do any because I don't know.
It's a tricky one.
Yeah,
you did well. Shouldn't have interrupted.
But moving on. A Dubai customer service agent admits what it's like to work on the other side of calls now. As more services transition into the digital realm, the need of 24/7 call centers simultaneously grows as well to ensure users and vendors top-class customer service. Now, very recently, a call center agents already having to put up with badgered responsibilities, and then when employees aren't able to provide an easygoing or pleasant work environment, it gets kind of tough for agents to push through. Now, a former employee at a company specializing in grocery deliveries discussed their working conditions as a quality assurance officer, and the review has stirred up a conversation in Dubai Facebook and WhatsApp groups. Now, the former employee spoke of favoritism within the workplace and went on to state, as per the QA department policies, you're not allowed to have a life outside of work.
The review further narrates how the company cuts their pay for taking sick leaves without prior notice. The review reads, if you fall sick without informing them, they do not pay you for it, i.e., wherever they can find a loophole to cut your pay, they do it mercilessly. So it is safe to say the role is potentially not worth the pay.
Yeah, the full review that was shared on Glassdoor is up on our official website as well as our socials if you guys want to check it out. But this is something that's there on the public domain, and we do share, like conversations that take place on WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups in Dubai. Like, that is something that we bring to light and we share. So this is just one former employee's review on his or her job and their responsibilities basically. So I mean, but as I think in the comments, when we share this on social, so many people share the exact same thing. Like, it's not one company. Apparently it's just like that role in general, being a customer service agent, like you get pushes and nudges from so many different directions that gets kind of, at one point, gets very badgering, and you just don't know how to deal with it. And that too, if the work environment is not as pleasant, then it gets really tough.
It's a really good conversation. I think it's really important to shine light on customer call center representatives, because there's constant conversations about people hating call center service people here in the UAE.
Yeah.
Like, it's a constant thing because, but like you said in the article, there's two sides to the story. However, there's 5 sides to every story, right? Because in this case, you have an employee who's obviously disgruntled. Yeah. So there's that, and then there's the public that they're dealing with who are disgruntled, and then there's the employers on the other side who are who's to say if they're doing the best or the worst for the employees? You don't know. So but it's very important to share the stories of, I think in this case, and what we saw from the comments was a lot of people who are working in similar roles feel the pain of those types of jobs. So it's important to shine a light on it, and just to kind of like see the conversation evolve. And for us, as a reminder for us, like, I think their pain points in this story in particular, the singular individual story, the pain points are with the employer. Yeah. But it is a reminder of all of the employee, in terms of all the jobs that we have, that if we are speaking to a customer call representative today, let's be a little bit nicer.
Yeah, of course, and they're there to help you. And like, I'm not talking about telemarketers in this scenario, just like customer call center agents who we call when we have complaints with our products or complaints about deliveries. Like, they're not the issue here. They are there to help us, and just the way we take out our anger on them, like, of course we're all guilty of this. Definitely so am I, but it's like Casey said, a reminder. And I just hope the organizations that have noticed this post or have seen it, like, and somewhere they feel responsible, they take the initiative to change things. As employers, you would always want your company succeeding, your employees to have a good work environment. So there's that.
Thoughts on this story? Let us know in your comments in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We see you all. We're TikTok. Here for you. TikTok also. Wherever you watch this live, let us know. Let's move on to our next story. UAE kids between 5 and 11 years old can now get vaccinated. This was announced yesterday by the UAE's Ministry of Health and Prevention. They have authorized the emergency use of Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine for those in the age group of 5 to 11 years. Now, this move is based on results of clinical studies and rigorous assessment with approved regulations and after approval by the US Food and Drug Administration. So first it was approved over in the US by the FDA. Now it's been approved here in the UAE. Now, these studies indicate the vaccine is safe and has given a strong immune response, inverted commas, their word, strong immune response to children between the age of 5 and 11 years.
The ministry also announced that it will start providing booster doses for those who receive the Pfizer-BioNTech and Sputnik vaccines for people with chronic diseases who are at the risk of complications. It will be provided to people of all age groups from the ages of 18 to 49, and in the age group 18 to 59 for individuals working in the front line.
So is it booster time? It's obviously going to start with those particular individuals, but if you got Pfizer-BioNTech, it looks like it could be booster time. And just interesting in the conversation for kids.
Oh no, is it booster time?
What do you mean?
No, like, I mean, no one likes getting vaccines, let's be honest, but like, oh. I didn't have the best experience with those vaccinations.
You felt ill after?
Yeah, I did, both the time. Didn't your arm get sore?
Nah, little. I don't really remember it. I feel like I've had the conversation with so many people about sore arms. I don't think mine got sore.
Oh,
I felt ill one of the days. It was like a weekend.
Thursday you got yours.
I got it maybe on a Thursday. I went to work, but I felt ill on the Friday.
Yeah, the next day. I remember.
Anything to add? Or
I was praying for Casey, that I was chanting for you.
what were your
better?
chanting thoughts to feel better?
Let Casey heal. Let the Pfizer make the antibodies really fast and get out of her body. You got Pfizer?
Yeah. So therefore,
I think you healed because of me.
yeah, thanks, Simran. I appreciate that. And you healed yourself, or with those chants?
I healed myself.
Do you want to help anyone else out there that's watching?
Okay, guys, if you're getting your vaccines this week, booster shots, send me your name, send me your address, your bank account details, and I will chant for you because that's information needed.
This is a business right here.
It is.
A business idea.
And
Just
your CVVs.
Humble plugs. Lovin reached 600,000 followers on Instagram yesterday.
Oh my God!
This is how that was like a humble plug brag, but here, look, we can just start promoting Simran's new business.
It was the chanting that got us to 600K.
Oh, fact. So that's what Simran does at home every evening.
600K? No, now it's a 700K.
Oh yeah, new dream. Let's jump on to a dream that I would quite like to live out.
So, Casey here is talking about a man and his dog who were seen surfing the waves on an electric surfboard. Now, I think every dog owner out there in Dubai, in the world, is seeing this and going like, how do I get on this? How do I get in on this?
Well, I see it and I think there's no way my dog is doing that, actually, is what I think. Like, Goose would
jump off.
She would die. I actually see like she would cry and she'd look back at me and she'd be like, are you kidding? Like, no, there's no way Goose would be on that. But I love that but in some cases, like you see videos in like California and in Hawaii, I don't know, places with like these big, like massive paddle boards and, you know, kind of the bigger surfboards, and the dogs are living their best lives. They're on the edge of the surfboard. If you're not watching, it was shared on our Instagram yesterday by Scott Greaves. Just the dogs are loving it, living their best lives.
It's a husky, right?
It looks like a husky.
It is a husky, and I have seen the cutest husky videos. Shout out to my friend Josh. He just kept like over the weekend, he was just sending me a bunch of husky videos because he got this sudden obsession. But the comments are so funny. Someone's like, I see them riding, but I see no waves.
Well, that's because it's one of those amazing electric boards riding the waves. We made the waves. Dubai made the waves.
Right.
But what I do like about this video is it's totally native. Like if you listen to the sound of it, it's clearly a guy on a boat spots it happening and takes a video. And the reason I love that is because there's literally a guy just chilling out with his dog. Like they're having the best time on the waves, and like it wasn't like a photo shoot. He was just chilling out, loving his life. Someone happened to take a video, and now it's got like 90,000 views. But yeah, I just 133,000.
And apart from this video, there was also another surf video that hit the net this weekend of how do you say her name? Ozuner Demir? Okay, I'm not able to pronounce your name, but like it's on her socials. Sorry? Uzner, and she shared a video of her surfing in costume.
Oh, by the best Halloween video we saw. Fact.
So cool.
Scary costume. In the background is the Burj Khalifa and a UAE flag. It's like the epitome of Dubai Halloweens, and love it.
She did it again with like some other cool face masks. Like, oh, this is a level up for Dubai's Halloween. Like she alone. Yeah.
Did you do anything? We are going to finish Halloween talk tomorrow. Just in case there's like for example, Heidi Klum drops another costume, something. Just in case something happens, we'll finish tomorrow. And then we are fully moving into Christmas. We're going to talk about it every day. We're going to have decorations.
Yes. Early decorations. You can't have Christmas too early.
And we'll bypass all the other ones. No, joking. Guys, stay tuned. After the break, we're going to be joined by the founder of the Hira app. As you know, pregnancy can be one of the most beautiful and eye-opening experiences out there. But as the saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. And that's where the Hira app comes in, giving you all of the information you didn't know you needed and possibly do know you need, making your pregnancy period run as smoothly as possible by assuring that you're well informed. Joining us after the break is the founder of the Hira app, Melanie Smith, so stay tuned. Excuse me, Melanie. Welcome back to Lovin Show. We are now joined by one of the founders of the Hero app, Melanie Sullivan. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
We actually were down at the launch of the Hero app, which is an app created for mums by mums for all things pregnancy. There's two of you founders who've created it. Tell us about the journey of the Hero app from conception. How did it start? What was the moment when you're like, this is it?
It was probably a few moments brought into one, really. We just wanted to do something for women to help them during pregnancy. So Sophie and I are both mums, and we realised that there isn't enough support out there when you're pregnant. And on the other scale, there is so much that you don't know where to turn to. So we basically wanted to create an app that was an all-in-one place for women to go to support them during pregnancy, that postpartum period, and then into motherhood.
And what are, for moms, mom-to-bees, what are, do you think, kind of the most important elements of the Hero app?
I think when we did our research, we realised how serious and common postpartum depression is, and also the stigma attached to working out during pregnancy, and then also how important all the things are in our app to help your baby develop and grow you know, in a healthy way, as well as support the mum's symptoms and their experience. So we looked at all those aspects and worked with a team of experts and put it all into the one app. So we've got stage-specific workouts, we've got weekly recipes to support the baby development, as well as the mum's symptoms and how they're feeling. We've worked with a therapist to make sure each week the user's given tips and advice on how to check in with themselves and look after themselves. We've got mindfulness practices, we've got a bunch of information on the pregnancy itself, as well as labour and the postpartum period. Basically everything all in the one app. It's
a one-stop shop. So
yeah,
if we look at like one of those things in particular, you mentioned working out during pregnancy. So you said there's a stigma. So what you've done is you spoke to experts and provided, I guess, stage workouts.
Yeah, stage specific.
Tell moms, like, what does that mean?
So
and was there is a stigma with working out?
Yeah, I think, well, both Sophie and I during our pregnancies, Sophie was actually told not to work out. And because of that, it really affected her pregnancy. And then I found when I was at the gym and, you know, quite far into my pregnancy, a lot of people would say to me, you know, is this okay? Are you hurting the baby? You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be lifting.
Actually heard moms, I've seen them on Instagram talk about this when it's like, you nearly feel uncomfortable working out.
I did, yeah.
And it's like, how do you be like, actually, I know this is okay?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not fair.
So, and then, you know, discussing it with other mums, they experience the same thing. So we thought, enough's enough. Let's put out there that it is okay to work out during pregnancy. It's actually very beneficial for yourself and your baby to work out. So we've created with our midwife a stage-specific program. So 3 workouts a week. It's dedicated to help the woman, you know, during each week of pregnancy. So, for example, leading up to the birth, we look at exercises that are going to help during labour and strengthen the back when they're suffering from back pain and things like that.
I literally don't know a place for moms to be able to access information, so that's incredible.
Yeah, thank you.
Another thing was that I mentioned you had the app launch on Thursday, and it was kind of a lot of moms to be, we're all in this one room, and I genuinely felt like a really good positive vibe about the app because it was so needed. But there was one particular story that struck me was when a woman went on stage to talk about her experience with postpartum and that there was nowhere that she could turn to.
Yeah.
So why do you think it's important that you're tackling that on the app?
I think it's quite a serious issue, and I think there are many, like they do say that 1 in 7 women experience postpartum depression, but looking into it, it's probably a higher rate than that because there are so many women walking around not knowing they have it, and it can last up to 18 years. So it's a long time, and it really affects who you are. It's going to affect your relationships. It's going to affect how you are as a mother, and we want women to realize what are the symptoms and what to do if you're experiencing these symptoms. And
so yeah, exactly. How does the app help women if they are experiencing postpartum?
Well, we do have tips and advice from a therapist, but we believe that doing workouts, exercising during pregnancy, and eating well, checking in with yourself, practicing mindfulness, communicating with other women along the way about how they're feeling, and just general chit chat about their pregnancy is going to decrease their risk of experiencing postpartum, if not hopefully eliminate the chances altogether. And then if they do discover that they are feeling a certain way that doesn't feel right, we do have advice on there about what to do and where to go.
So important to just have these conversations because it's literally like you need to either know a friend or a mum of a friend to have this conversation. So it's all there on the app.
Yeah.
One other thing that I thought was pretty incredible was that the app seems, although it's available worldwide, it seems very needed here in Dubai.
Yeah, very much.
Why do you think that is?
I just think it's a topic that's swept under the carpet a little bit, and I think over here, when you fall pregnant, women are told just to relax, to sit down, relax, eat whatever they like, and have a baby. And when they have a baby, relax some more because it's taken a toll, which is I understand, but you need to rehabilitate the right way, and you do need to keep moving, and you do need to be active in order to recover correctly.
And it also provides, I think, a support group. For example, my best friend, hi Angela, she's 2 weeks away from giving birth, and her family and her friends are all at home.
Yeah.
So this is going to be, how can this, in terms of a community support, help her?
So we have an online forum. It's called the Hero Village, and it's where women can...
Hero Village.
Yeah, Hero Village, the village. It basically is a place where women can come and discuss all things pregnancy, postpartum, baby development, baby symptoms, and just chat and vent if they need to, and feel like they have a best friend, within their phone with the Hero Village. So
well, it's so needed because literally I know that there's people up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. doing those feeds and they don't know who to message because their friends in Dubai may not have babies.
Exactly.
And they do at home, but it's a different time. So it's so great that the app is providing that. So the Hero app, I know it's available on App Store right now. Correct. Android is coming.
Android coming, yep.
But there's a free trial available now.
Yeah, we've got a 14-day free trial. And then it's $199 US a week. So it's a very low price point so that we can support as many women as possible.
And just in terms of you guys, so we're talking about mums and being this amazing community, but in terms of like the business journey for you, what has that been like? Like getting from start to launch, has it been?
It's been a roller coaster ride. We've had a lot of hurdles, but Sophie and I are just determined. We really want to get this app out there and helping women. So we pushed through. And we got the job done. So,
what would have been like the most challenging moment along the way, do you think?
Oh goodness, I think more so the business side. So Sophie and I know all about what's in the app and how to create the app, but the business side of things was definitely a challenge because we're both from teaching backgrounds and fitness backgrounds. So business side of things we weren't too sure on, but we've learned along the way, and we've made a lot of mistakes, but we've learned from our mistakes. And I think if we were ever to do another app, we'd get it done a lot quicker.
Well, of course, but I just think it's an amazing story in terms of helping the community, helping mums, and then also two people starting their own business and getting it to launch. So hopefully you guys can support the app. How can they support it? How can we find you if they have any questions about the app?
You can download the app on the App Store at the Hero app. You can contact us via our Instagram, which is also the Hero app. And we will help you as much as we can.
Thank you so much, guys. That is Melanie Sullivan of the Hero app, one of the founders. And we are back with you every single morning, same time, same place. Stay safe, wash your hands.
Thank you. Bye-bye.